right, we're going to start with The Nation. Fears mount over 136 people on attacked Abuja-Kaduna train. Vaccine lab to be ready by September. 7 commissioners, chief of staff resign in Delta. How 223 billion U.S. consulates in Lagos will lift Nigerians. Government abducts customs official and 9 others in Kaduna. 300 days rainfall to pound Lagos this year, says Commissioner. And Oyetola upgrades College of Education, Ilesha, to university. Okay, which story are we starting with?
Okay, let me start with the major headline. So we're still talking on the ill-fated train, the Abuja-Kaduna train, you know, that was attacked. And we're hearing now from the MD of Nigerian Railway Corporation, Mr. Fidet Ohiria. He was on our show, but while speaking to journalists yesterday, he said that, first of all, he gave more details, but first of all, this particular train had 9 coaches. It had a seat capacity of 840. He said that about 398 passengers purchased the tickets, but only 362 actually boarded. According to him, since the sad incident, they have been making calls and they have reached 123 people who have assured them that they are safe. But the remaining 136, they're still trying to get in touch with them. They have talked to 17 families who confirmed that, who said that they actually bought tickets for people that were on the train. And they've also heard from 5 families who say that they have received calls from the kidnappers, asking, you know, talking to them, confirmed the number of those who have been injured in hospital as 41, and the number of deaths, as we had said last time, to be 8. And, you know, he just says these are the actual factual figures. Any other figures out there is not true. And then, so they're working on it to, you know, find that things are done properly. But the police in Kaduna State also said that they had to detonate an IED. They were called, you know, they were called by members of the public. They had seen something suspicious, and they went and were able to detonate it without getting any real casualties.
Yeah, so let me take the vaccine. Yeah, so Nigeria's Human Vaccine Laboratory in Lagos State will be ready between June and September this year, according to the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, that's NAFDAC. And they said they're also trying to minimize efforts to, you know, reduce to the barest minimum 15% of fake substandard drugs that are parading in the country. They mentioned this during, there was a time they were launching the 73 new vehicles that were just acquired by the agency, and they said now Nigeria can manufacture their own vaccines, and they have gotten a certification called Maturity Level 3, which prepares them for these vaccinations that people can manufacture. And they said, we are a regulatory agency, and so we are not the ones who are going to be manufacturing these vaccines, but companies that are into it can make use of the laboratories to manufacture it. It's going to be situated in Oshodi, in Lagos State.
All right. Hopefully. So United States government will flag off 223 billion naira consulate in Lagos State at the Eco-Atlantic City, Victoria Island. It's going to be the largest U.S. consulate in the world. And this is,
Okay.
I think to yourself, okay, what do you want? If you're going to be building your largest in Nigeria, what do you want? It's never for free. What do you want? But it's interesting because the complex will pump about $95 million into the Lagos State economy, and they'll be hiring about 2,500 Nigerian engineers, artisans, architects, construction, administrative workers to be involved in this construction. Of course, our governor was quite excited and saying that this is a great opportunity for Lagos State government because of what's going to do to the economy. There was another thing that was really interesting about this groundbreaking announcement. He said it will also strengthen the bilateral relationship between both countries. And we're thinking, let us know exactly what this means. So.
Money is answer to many things.
Yes, so you're thinking to yourself, okay, other countries, who has the current largest U.S. consulate in their country, and what benefit is it to their economy, to their own? Just who has it now that we're the biggest now? Who has it currently, and what's the benefit of this relationship? We'll see. Anyway,
I would have said something concerning that one, but let me keep my But let me take a quick story. So bandits on Wednesday...
Still on Punch?
Yes, Nation quickly.
Okay.
On Wednesday night, invaded the Kofagayan low-cost housing estate in Zaria local government area of Kaduna State and kidnapped a customs officer, Muawiya Gambo, and his son, Samaila Muawiya. And they said they trailed them from their family house and got to their door and then kidnapped them. They've tried to kidnap this particular people 6 months ago, but they were not successful. They ended up kidnapping another custom officer and his wife and demanded about 15 million ransom before they were released. So they said they got in about 8:30 p.m. and operated for about 30 minutes. And on their way out, they kidnapped 4 other persons in that same environment. This is becoming
one too many. Moving on quickly to the Punch. Kaduna reign of terror. Terrorists kill 7 soldiers. NAF rains bombs on forests. Oyo gets NAF base. Makinde boosts construction with 500 million naira. Caretaker lures Lagos police students into cult. Victims flee school over threats. Businessman pressure Osinbajo to join presidential race, getting impatient. Ramadan, look out for New Moon Friday, NSCIA tells Muslims. Soldier crying for help in viral video, absconded in battle, says army. Oh. Cash trap states grown, widen tax net, begin aggressive revenue generation. It's never easy being a soldier, you know. It's a lot of emotional.
Then he should just resign now. Doesn't need to abscond.
Okay, let's find which story are we starting with?
Yes, so 2 undergraduates in the Lagos State Polytechnic Ikorodu have abandoned their studies after suspected members of the Air Confraternity allegedly initiated them into a cult. So according to their story, they said they were with their friends in the, walking into the compound that day, and then they saw their caretaker who wanted to greet them with some boys. Because they recognized him, they paid attention to him, and then he took them inside. With these boys, they took them to another room where they had to start beating them, spat, took alcohol. There was an elderly man inside the room who conducted the initiation, beat them up seriously, spat alcohol into their eyes, gave them something to chew, and then told them that they have, been initiated into this cult. And for any time that they hear all bets must fly, they must be out for their cult activities. And so they must not tell anybody. If anybody hears about this, they are going to kill them. So the boys ran home, packed their things and ran home immediately and reported to their parents. The parents have tried to reach out to the school, but they're asking, so they first of all tried to reach out to the caretaker who denied everything and was asking them to come to school to see him. So they refused, said it has happened before where a parent and a child went to school and they killed them and nothing was done. So they've tried to report to the school. The school is slow in responding, say that they need to come to see, what's this, their this department that they need to see and make reports. And they also need to go to the police. So I don't know why the parents haven't gone to the police with this matter, but I think they need to. And proper investigation has to be done.
Yeah, all right. So there's a group of people, they call themselves the businessmen for Osinbajo, and they're supporters of the vice president, and they're asking him to please take the bull by the horns and make an official declaration to contest for presidency in 2023. They say that they are running, millions of them who are supporters of the vice president running for office are getting impatient, and it's leaving room for people to come up with different kinds of fake stories about his declaration for presidency and not, And they said they've raised about 97 million budgeted. The organization has budgeted 97 million to purchase the nomination form for the vice president. They're also asking the president to back up Osinbajo because he's shown himself to be a worthy candidate. That when he had his short stint as acting president, he proved himself. And so these are the supporters of the vice president asking him to.
Okay, still on the Kaduna reign of terror, the issue that happened, the update for concerning the side of the army is that they have given outright approval for the Super Tucano aircraft to be used at the northeast, northwest, albeit the collateral damage that might actually be incurred. Now, they said there was a combined team of soldiers, operatives of the DSS, and the police have been deployed to Kaduna to fish out these abductors of the terrorists. They're worried about the Tucano jets because of the collateral damages. Some of Nigerians have been kidnapped. Yeah. And if they deploy these things, there's a possibility that it will affect these kidnapped. So they're a bit reluctant. But right now, they are left with no choice but to actually deploy because they need to hit them at the base, which is in the forest. And that's what they plan to do. I just hope that somehow they're able to rescue these innocent Nigerians who were just minding their own business and were taken away by these abductors.
Yes, I don't know if you saw the viral video that about the soldier who
yes,
was
what happened
I didn't
to him?
see it. So according to a statement by the soldiers, they said there was this viral video that a soldier was crying, saying that he was abandoned by his colleague, that it's a lie. He was the one who ran away from, registering. They were trying to be deployed.
He went AWOL.
Yes, Guarara, Niger State, and he's the one that disappeared. So that viral video where he was crying for help, that his colleague abandoned him, was just like a cover-up, that was an act of cowardice.
Let's go on a break. We'll come back, we'll continue with the review. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. We're going to move on to The Guardian. Kaduna train attack, security threats rising. Need new strategy, says Niger president. Resign if you can't unmask killers of Nigerians, TUC tells Buhari. Tribunal restrains multi-choice from increasing DSTV and GOTV subscription. Telcos issue 7-day warning, plan discriminatory pricing in hostile states. Okay.
Yeah, so the Trade Union Congress of Nigeria, TUC, are asking the president, Muhammadu Buhari, to resign if he could not fish out killers of his Secretary General, Musa Lawal Uzigi, and Kwara State Chairman of the body, Akin Akinshola, and other innocent Nigerians that were killed in the Monday Abuja-Kaduna train bombing. And he says that they should not try as much as possible to sweep this under the carpet, or else it will require that they take action against the president, saying that this has been like the lowest. After 4 days of this incident, till now, no perpetrator has been brought to book, nobody has been caught, nothing has been done, and it should not be hidden in any way. The president's job, first of all, is to protect the lives and property of his citizens, and it has failed woefully. And so they are calling on civil societies to, join this clarion call to ensure that the president does what is meant to do. Yeah. And they're asking everyone among the civil societies and other organizations to try as much as possible to wear this black handband to mark their displeasure of all the insecurity issues we're having.
Okay. So the telecommunications firms under the aegis of what they call the Association of Licensed Telecoms Operators of Nigeria, ALTON, they're given a 7-day warning, and they have appealed to the federal government to urgently intervene on the challenges plaguing the sector. So some of the challenges that they are facing right now is they said seizure of cellular sites by some state governments, which is degrading the quality of service in Abuja and environs, other states bordering Kogi State, the high cost of diesel, lack of safety for their telecoms workers. And so because of these challenges, they are looking into what they call discriminatory tariffs. So areas where they are unfavorable and do not allow for telecommunication operators to go about their business safely, would have maybe different kinds of tariff, as sanctions, as punishment for their behavior. And they're really just asking the government, especially with the Kogi State issue, which I took a few days ago, where, they have shut down some of their sites. And they're saying that this would definitely lead to like a communications blackout in some parts of Abuja and many of the other states surrounding Kogi State. Okay.
So one more story in The Guardian. So a 3-member tribunal presided by Thomas Okosun gave the order following an ex parte motion that was raised by Mr. Festus Onifado, a legal practitioner, on behalf of the consumer coalitions. They were saying that they have restricted multi-choice or restrained multi-choice from increasing their tariff and cost of services and products that was scheduled to begin today. If you recall, multi-choice was supposed to increase their cost.
The tariff.
I'm not sure why they are getting involved, because let private sector do what they need to do. But but at the same time, I don't know why, but obviously they're worried that Nigerians are currently the economic challenges in Nigeria is going to be so difficult that people are not able to pay this increase in tariff. However, they're asking that the tribunal, they've asked them to stop them from increasing, which is supposed to start today.
But the same challenges that regular Nigerians have are the same challenges that businesses are having.
So I don't know how we can tell a businessman not to.
Not to charge.
Okay, moving on quickly to Daily Sun. UK warns against travels to 7 northern states. Reps furious over spate of attacks, killings. Southeast leaders roar, insist on producing Buhari's successor. Reps direct CAC jam orders to remit 195 billion naira to government coffers, and Soludo mourns as gunmen wreak havoc. Which story are we starting?
The United Kingdom is advising against traveling to 7 northern states. They called the states to be Borno, Yobe, Adamawa, Gombe, Kaduna, Katsina, and Zamfara, saying that there's a lot of kidnapping that goes on in those areas. Most of the transportation areas, especially crowded areas, religious places, churches, mosques, you see train and roads as well, that they have a lot of kidnapping activities. And I think the warning, though they didn't specify, but I think the warning is for their own people who are probably posted in some of those states. And they're saying that you need to be very careful. If you have to go to that one of those states that have been mentioned, you must go with security officials that are strong enough to, protect you to and fro those areas. And I said this is the dry season is coming very soon, and with the dry season, there's a lot of kidnapping activities because those people have a clear place to move around. So people who are working with them need to be very, very careful.
I understand, because my mom and my aunt were supposed to be traveling to Taraba. I have family there, and they couldn't make that trip because, everyone just advised this is not the right time to be traveling around.
Okay, I was going to take the story on the Southeast, still insisting on political parties zoning presidency to them. According to there was an organization, Ahemefuna Social Culture Organization, had a meeting yesterday, and they were still appealing and lobbying that 2 major parties zone their presidential tickets to the Southeast. They said the zone had the candidates with the capacity and patriotism and the passion to lead Nigeria. According to them, the Southeast has suffered monumental marginalization of the zone since after the Civil War. The marginalization has reached new levels in the last 7 years. The Southeast leaders noted that Nigeria has a zoning rotational culture, and they should ensure, they are appealing to the APC and the PDP to ensure that they zone the presidential ticket to the Southeast.
Yeah, so the governor of Anambra State, Governor Soludo, they said he's mourning and really sad about the gunmen who had attacked yesterday at 12:30 a.m. the headquarters of Nnewi South Local Government area in Upo, and they killed one unarmed security man and also set the local government secretariat on fire. And then they are saying that this is more than 2 weeks after government set operational vehicle of Uto community vigilantes and their offices in the same local government ablaze, which is also 4 weeks about 4 weeks after government raided some communities in the same Nnewi South local government, particularly Ezinator town, and disarmed the vigilantes. So this is our story continuously. So the new governor has said that, has charged the police to make sure that they find these people. And when he went to where this has happened, he says the sad thing is that resources that's supposed to go into providing essential services for the Anambra people will have to be used in replacing these sort of things. But he's assuring them that he'll do all his best with the police to make sure that these people are arrested. Okay,
moving on quickly to Vanguard. After the train attack, army repels invasion of Abuja by terrorists. Kaduna, blessed with formidable military presence, but battered by bandits. We never selected RCCG Pastor Gandhi as new Shaun, says the Lauye ruling house. Indigenes flee as gunmen attack local government headquarters in Anambra. Inauguration slap. Mrs. Obiano apologizes to Soludo. 2023 presidency, IBB welcomes consensus candidates for PDP. My teacher drove me to hotel, raped, threatened to kill me, says 15-year-old girl.
Look at that.
We can't continue to approve 4 trillion naira for fuel subsidy. Yes, which story? Let's start with
the human interest story. So a 15-year-old student of Government Technical College, Ikorodu, they didn't mention her name, revealed how one of her teachers, Adefemi Adewumi, allegedly raped her in a hotel in the area and threatened to kill her if she told anyone. So on this particular day, she was going to school, trekking to school, and then the teacher stopped by. He had a car and asked to drop her off. And so she entered, trusting, I know this teacher, we're going to school. Then the guy took a detour and just entered into one hotel and took her into the hotel room and forcefully raped her. And after that, threatened her that if you tell anybody, I'm going to kill you. So immediately the girl got home. She reported to her mother, and they've taken the matter to the police station. On another hand, a woman also went to the police station to report her husband, a 38-year-old Wenzi John, for allegedly molesting his sister-in-law, which that has been living with them. That one is 14 years old in their Ikorodu apartment. So since November last year, he has been sleeping with this girl till February.
Right.
And so the girl was tired of, you know, collecting the molesting, and so reported to the sister, and they've taken the matter to the police station.
Child.
I hope that's...
Yeah, so the House of Reps yesterday have said that they cannot continue to approve 4 trillion naira annually for fuel subsidy when our economy is in dire straits. We say it all the time. So the chairman of an ad hoc committee investigating the state of the nation's refineries, his name is Ganiyu Johnson. First of all, there was supposed to be a meeting with other stakeholders, but NNPC didn't show up, and other operators of refineries didn't show up. So first of all, give them a stern warning. The next time we're having this meeting, you don't show up, we'll take parliamentary action against you. And we cannot sit down every year and then be signing off 400 trillion when we can use that money for better, you know, developmental projects for Nigerian people, that we need to find how these refineries will work. And that's what he's charged them with.
All right.
Thinking this, we hope this one will make a difference.
So Mrs. Ebele Chugu Obiano has apologized. Hopefully after this apology, we can put this matter to rest. She has said that she's also declaring her intention to contest with Anambra North Senatorial District in 2023. She said that people have attested to her humanity, her service to people, sharing love, putting smiles on sad faces. And her priority has been the will of God, and you know, and she's a peaceful person. Violence has never been part of her character. And she remains grateful to the several elder statesmen, friends, and associates who have also come to her to give her good counsel. She has apologized to the governor, saying that, listen, I shouldn't have done this, especially. And between her and Mrs. Bianca, she said that, let me see what she's, the day of the inauguration, but the point is that she's sorry and she regrets all that happened. It was an unfortunate incident. So let's put this matter to rest.
Yeah, no comments.
Let the woman run the election in peace, please. Okay, our final paper for this morning is the Nigerian Tribune. Let's find a story of not taking patronage drops on Lagos-Ibadan's train route. Or consensus agreement, Saraki Tambuwa Bala meets with IBB. Court freezes ex-NNPC GMD Andrew Yakubu of the $9.8 million fraud charge. Lekki Toll Plaza, Lagos government LCC engaged stakeholders seek understanding. EFCC arrests 80 suspected internet fraudsters in Ibadan, 40 in Enugu. And bandits evade housing estate in Kaduna, kidnapped customs officer, son, and 4 others. Stories?
Yes, so EFCC, the Ibadan Zonal Command, have arrested 80 suspects for alleged internet-related activities in Ibadan. And in Enugu State, they arrested, I think, okay, I can't find, in Enugu, another 40 other suspects in Enugu State. And some of the things that they found on them were exotic cars, motorbikes, mobile phones, laptops of different brands. And yes, just that the EFCC is keeping an eye on people who are, you know, carrying out what they call internet-related offenses.
Where are they going to keep this whole 80? Do we have space in our correctional or jails or
correctional
facilities?
Anyways, so the Lekki Tollgate matter, many of you know that they had planned to reopen today, but the update is that they are still engaging stakeholders. So the Commissioner for Information, alongside other stakeholders, had a meeting yesterday appealing to residents, especially the Lekki Estate Residents and Stakeholders Association, saying that their obligations, their financial obligations, both locally and internationally, for these companies, the private company that also have employed Nigerian citizens, and they have a lot of obligations that they need to reopen. And they said that all the terms that they have provided before they can reopen will be taken care of and adhered to. So they're also appealing to the residents to understand that there's absolute need. It's a matter of showing some compassion for people who have one thing or the other to do with this company. So there are lots of people, stakeholders, who are also connected to this company. So they're asking the residents in that entire region to be considerate of the fact that these toll gates must be reopened so that business can move on as usual.
Yeah, so passengers are beginning to avoid the Lagos-Ibadan train following what's just happened recently with the Abuja-Kaduna bombing that happened. And so according to some passengers who were supposed to be boarding the train, they said they had to divert going on the train to using their buses, because first of all, they've heard from the minister that the equipment that are needed to monitor the security has not even been procured. So it will be putting their lives at risk. And, if it can happen in Abuja to Kaduna, there's nothing stopping it from happening, Lagos, Ibadan. And, but however, the Nigerian Rail Corporation, NRC, is saying that it's not because of what happened. It's just because they are not marketing enough. They are not, letting people understand that they have those services. And that's why people are not, patronizing.
That's all we can take on Front Page Review. When we come back, we want our hot topic of the day. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.